Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. I'm Annie.
And it's me, Peter.
Even if you're just a casual or a mobile game player, you can join us every week while we rant, rave, and ramble about games we
Or
like.
maybe we don't like.
Now it's time to ask, what is this game?
It is modded Minecraft, and I'm super
Not just
excited for this one.
not just regular Minecraft, because I mean that's simple. We've played that for years. It's modded Minecraft. So,
So,
if anyone's not familiar with what Minecraft is, somehow, it's a game from 2011 is when it was officially released. It's a sandbox game, and essentially you just walk around and you can break things and build things.
it's the OG survival game. Like, I think games were made before this that featured survival aspects, but Minecraft is what really popularized it.
I think so too. I mean, people whenever they heard survival after Minecraft, they'd think, "Oh, like Minecraft?" It's like, no, like actually survival. Like you can fall and get diseases and stuff. You know, uh, but it's a pretty great game according to all metrics. It's touted to be the best game of all time. It's the best-selling video game in all of history with over 238 million copies. So it's a lot. It's got a lot of sales behind it. Um, it's a first person third dimensional game, so you can go up, down, left, and right. You can dig through the earth. You can even build up to the sky as high as the sky limit lets you go. Uh,
Mhm.
the game starts pretty simply. Depending on what kind of Minecraft server or if you're playing with mods, you just start right on the ground, nothing in the middle of a forest or in the middle of wherever the world has you spawned at. And the only thing you have is a couple of tools. And you just kind of have to figure out where to go from there. You can
Honestly,
cut.
even in the purest form of Minecraft, like you start with your fists, with your little blocky fist, and you gotta go punch a tree.
Oh yeah, you're right. You don't even have tools. You just literally start with your hands.
That was the luxury the server that we were playing
Maybe a
on
map.
provided us.
Maybe a map. But if you lose that map, you're not going to get another one until you craft one. And that's
Mhm.
a big feature of Minecraft is since it's a survival game, if you die, you lose your items. Everything you have with you drops on the ground. And if you're too far away to get your items back, they're eventually going to despawn and you're not going to be able to get your stuff. So it's important to make sure you play things safe, especially if you're carrying a lot of valuable loot. But that's just regular vanilla old Minecraft. And if isn't intriguing, well, I don't blame you because that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about whenever creators get crazy and they say, okay, I don't really like that. Oh, wait, what if I added this? Okay, you know what? I need to fix this. And then they just make their own mods and they can be as varied as a mini map or being able to go to different dimensions and fight all sorts of demonic creatures. The
The
sky's literally
moon.
the limit.
Not even in modern Minecraft, because you can go to the moon, Mars, Venus. I love.
Multi-dimensional places. So we have been playing recently this mod pack called All the Mods 9, which is not as exactly as it seems. It's not all the mods, but it is a crap ton of it. All the mods 8 had approximately 300 plus,
Mhm.
and all the mods 9, which just came out about a week ago, is currently sitting at 269. So it's fastly approaching all the mods 8, but it is missing some very glaring mods that is questionable that a mod pack this big would be missing. And one that I can think of right off the top of my head is Mechanism.
Oh yeah, I was bitching about Mechanism the other day, because Mechanism, for people that don't know, is your basic bread and butter mod for like mechanical workings and automation and different things like that. You can build reactors to generate power, which is a thing. You can generate power in Minecraft now thanks to the magic of mods. So you generate power, you get different things to you get different blocks to process ores, and there's like a way to like quadruple your ore output, and all these different things that you can add. There's pipes that lets you transfer items, kind of like hoppers, but more versatile than a hopper. And I was bitching really hard because I love Mechanism. When I think of modded Minecraft, I think in terms of like, I need this from Mechanism to do this, or I need this from Mechanism to do that. And without Mechanism, I was like, well, how do I?
Right, because it just has so many staple features, like pipes that can move items from one location to another. That is so versatile. For example, one of the first things I did in our new server, which is the official server for all the mods 9, we go to the house and I'm like, okay, well, we need power for whatever we need power for. So I remember how to build a starter reactor, which yes, sounds exactly what it is. You put some coolant in it, you put some accelerants in it, and you put a fuel, which I guess is uranium, and you literally make a nuclear reactor. So I slapped it on a roof, and I'm like, okay, now what do I do with this? I have all this power generating, but I don't know how to move it from one place to another because Mechanism isn't in there, and I can't use the Mechanism wire, and I can't use the Mechanism piping. So I was instantly like, okay, now I have to figure out a way around this.
And thankfully, there are other smaller mods that have like these utility items. But you know, at least when I play modded Minecraft, I always like have a main mod that I use for everything, and then I'll take little bits and pieces from other mods and slap them together, because usually they're all compatible and they all interact with each other very well.
The community is fantastic for that. I don't know if there's like a super mega Discord where it's just all the modders together and they're like, okay, so I'm putting out this mod and it's not working with this mod. Hey, can you help me fix this? And then that mod guy will come on and be like, oh, okay, all I have to do is move this code around and I'll update it tomorrow. So it should be compatible with all future updates. And that, just the communication, and suddenly now your mod works, and it works for years, because as long as the vanilla Minecraft doesn't update and that doesn't ruin something, your mods don't even have to be touched for years.
Well, that's the thing, is most Minecraft mods work on a certain version of Minecraft, so even if Minecraft gets updated, it doesn't matter, because you're always going to be playing on 1.7 or 1.16 or 1.12.
Yep, you can always backdate or update and roll back your version at any time, because Minecraft itself is such a tiny game. It can store all of the versions in its own folder with only a couple of bytes of storage taken up.
Minecraft is amazing with just how it's been built, because it's so tiny, it's so non-demanding that it just has everything, and that's not much. Like you think like, oh, there's a world that spans trillions of blocks. Takes up this little bit of space on your hard drive.
Right.
And you're like, how does that work? How does that happen? And it's just basically the fact that like Minecraft is a 16-bit game in reality.
The game was made by Marcus Notch Person. He's a pretty interesting guy. You can follow him on Twitter. He has some interesting takes. You could get easily offended, so maybe you don't want to follow him. Who knows? But he's very interesting. He sold the company to Mojang, or was Mojang his company?
Mojang was his company. He sold it to Microsoft.
Oh yeah, he sold it to Microsoft for like $2 billion and some change. And since it was basically just his company and a couple of people working on it, basically all that money went to him, and he just cashed out, and he's like, all right, well, see you later. And now Notch is kind of like an eccentric weirdo who just kind of does things. And I bet he still interacts with Minecraft every once in a while. It's so hard not to. It's everywhere.
It's very funny, because before Minecraft got moved to Microsoft, and even afterwards, like Notch, everybody knew Notch. Notch was like the guy. There's a lot of games where you play the game and the developer is not talked about. But I remember like just the concept of a Notch apple shows you how much the community really appreciated him and how much he was doing for us. You know, and for people who don't know, Notch Apple is an enchanted golden apple, which is a item in the game which gives you like over health and regeneration and all this good stuff.
Tons of great stats.
And it was just, it's really called an enchanted apple, but it was affectionately known as a Notch Apple for many years.
There's also Easter eggs of him in like other games. In Skyrim, if you go to the very top of the Throne of the World, you can find a special pickaxe called the Notched Pickaxe. And I mean, clearly that's a reference to Minecraft because it's a pickaxe and it's notch.
I think there was also a reference to it in Borderlands 2, where you could break one of the walls and it would turn into like Minecraft blocks.
Yep,
And I think,
there was a zone where you had to like shoot through Minecraft, and there was like creepers and stuff, and
mm,
you get exclusive loot. You can get Minecraft heads for your characters. I think
mm,
that was really cool. Minecraft is so influential. Uh, Even though its official release was 2011, it had been in alpha and in beta for years, literally 2 years before then. I think its first official release was in like June of 2009. So it's been out for over 10 years now.
way
Well,
over 10 years.
yeah.
Like, I don't want to date myself too hard, but like I was in high school. I think I was in 10th grade when a buddy of mine pulled out a computer in the middle of class and was like, "Hey, check out this game. It's called Minecraft." And I remember thinking, "It's just blocks. It's
Yeah,
stupid.
me
This
too.
is
I was like, this is stupid.
it's ugly. Like
It's
it's
ugly. That's
bad.
the big thing. It's terrible looking.
Like I felt so ignorant. I feel so ignorant about myself back then because I was like with how much Minecraft I've played in the last like 8 years, the fact that my first impression was like, it's ugly and it's dumb. It's not Call of Duty shoot a man. I don't give a crap.
But that's what's a part of the beauty of Minecraft is it's you get what you put in. If you put
Definitely.
in 100 hours and then one day you can just boot up your game and just look and just be like, look at all this crap I've built. I remember when that mountain still existed, but I had to clear it out because I needed a new coal factory. Uh oh, I remember when I had to build that bridge because I was tired of having to go down into the ravine, swim across the water, and walk up to the other side. So I just built a bridge. You can just generate your own memories, especially if you play with other people, which is where the multiplayer aspect comes in and playing with servers. You can play with tons of people.
Mm. So generally, like on populated servers, you will get maybe like 30 people on average playing within the week. So you'll have a lot of personalities coming together, and with that, you'll have a lot of building styles and just just a lot. You just have a bunch of stuff going on. I don't know how to describe it other than like it is a clusterfuck, but it's a good clusterfuck. It's comfortable. It's nice. It's pleasant. Because
It's a
9 out of 10
community
times,
curated clusterfuck.
yeah. Because like 9 out of 10 times, you'll run into people that are just like here to build cool stuff, and they're artistic and they're kind of odd, but not like internet odd. Just like the cool artistic kid in class odd, the one that draws. You know what I'm talking about?
Hmm.
And you just have like 30 of those kids thrown into a world where they can do whatever they want.
And it's amazing just looking at the chat whenever you and I are in game and reading about the different things people are building or they're trying to get resources for, because people are in literally different parts of the universe. You have people that are in the overworld, just regular, like on Earth, just walking around on the surface, building and exploring. Then you have people who live in the netherworld, which is like the hell dimension. Then you have people, for whatever reason, living in the end because it's beautiful and there's nothing there except for like one or two monsters. So it's you. Oh, and then because of the mod, you have these people living in space. There was a guy said that he's living in orbit, just constantly falling. I was like, oh well, this is cool. I'm so excited to see the places that we can go if we choose to. And there's so many people to help. For example, you've needed some parts to help us build a computer. And why do we want a computer?
Okay, so to explain the whole computer thing, there is a mod that digitizes your stuff, and instead of like having to go through like 50 different chests, you can just go to a little computer, and it'll show all your stuff in those chests. So a I was missing a terminal so I can access it, because there was a little controller block, there's the little links, but you needed a terminal to interface with it. So I was like, oh crap, I need to go, I need to get this, I need to get that, and I just couldn't be bothered. Like, honestly, I could have done it, but I was just like, oh, it would have been a lot of randomly teleporting around the world, finding this one tree to get the
Mm-hmm.
one sapling. So I'd ask somebody like, hey, um, can I get a sapling? Does anyone have a sapling that they're willing to trade for? And that's my philosophy with multiplayer Minecraft, is I always offer trades or to buy if that's enabled in the server. Because I've spent a lot of years playing modern Minecraft, and we make fun of the beggars all the time. The people that just come on the server like, "Hey, can I have this? Can I team
Yeah,
up
I
with
need some
somebody?
diamonds, please.
Can I start with somebody? Can I?" No, you cannot. I worked very hard to get the stuff that I have, and you can't log into the server and just
Come and take my
instantly get
stuff. Yeah,
50% of my stuff. That's not how this works. And
because
that's usually like 12-year-olds coming on, and they're like, "Oh, can I play with you? Like Big Brother?" You know, they're looking for a Big Brother online, and it's like, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to build a castle.
right, and if you help them, there's no guarantee that they're gonna get back on at any point. So they
Exactly.
could leave with just a chunk of your stuff.
So exactly. So my philosophy has always been like, offer something in return. And never ask for something ridiculous. Like, don't ask for like 10 million diamonds or something, because no one's going to give you 10 million diamonds. And, this guy just came up to me. He's like, here's 64 saplings. And also, do you need the little crystals from the trees? Because I also have a bunch of those. He just gave me those too. And it's supercharged my process of building the terminal.
Right, because you could have just got just a sapling from the guy, like you asked. You could have just traded him. You could have bartered something. You could have got one sapling. Then you would have had to come back to the house, plant the sapling. Then you would have had to make it grow with bone meal, and then chop it down, and then repeat the process until you get enough of the item. And then the guy's just like, "Do you basically just want the item that you're here for?" And you're just like, yeah, I guess. Thanks. Thank you so
Yeah, like I
much.
remember
Now I
saying
don't
that
have
that'd
to
be really
go."
helpful.
You just saved like an hour.
Yeah. And this isn't the first time that we were on this server and this happened. Like, I needed another sapling for another wood for the magic mod that we've been using.
Right, because it was
And
like
this
magical
guy,
wood.
yeah, and this guy basically gave me like all of the different saplings for the 4 different types of trees, and he gave me like 3 stacks of logs. And I was like, I just asked for a sapling, and he's like, I have so much. Like, here you go.
Please take it from me. I need to get rid of it.
I don't have the space, and you need it, so it's fine. And that's kind of the community that gets built in these Minecraft servers, is people just trying to help each other. Like like Lily from our server, who has built all these like farms and different server utilities that everybody is allowed to use, like public
Like
mob
slash warp
farm,
sand.
like slash warp sand.
Yeah. If you need sand, you can just type in the chat slash warp sand and you'll just be teleported to an infinite sand dimension. And you just mine as much of the sand as you want.
Hmm. And these are the things that like servers set up for you, is like the economy plugins, the warps, spawn is another thing where like in normal Minecraft you will just spawn into like a forest, like you had said, Annie, or like some random biome. But a lot of times servers will have a dedicated spawn build, where they'll build up where you spawn and make it nice and beautiful and have like these amenities so you can like get started.
Right, like a crafting station, a anvil, an enchanting table, all the stuff that maybe you don't have yet. And if you need while you're adventuring and you don't want to have to spend a I don't know, 20, 30 minutes on a detour building one item to continue your progress, you can just go back to spawn and use their enchanting table.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a huge benefit of playing multiplayer Minecraft. It's especially in these modded servers where you can just teleport all willy nilly, and they have all these items already set up for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I know
whenever we spawn into the game, I got a jetpack, and the jetpack is essentially, I mean, it lets you fly around, and mobility in Minecraft is paramount. It's there's literally no comparison. The mobility is the most valuable stat you can have. So just being able to fly around and be like, oh, look at that thing. Oh, look at that thing. Oh, I fell down a hole. Now I don't have to like find dirt and build up a little pillar. Oh, I need to reach that ledge. I don't have to create myself a staircase. You can just use your jetpack. And I am so happy that it exists because we finally just upgraded it, and the capacity has quadrupled. So I have so much fuel in my jetpack now for flying around and adventuring.
I don't know how to overstate how much I love modded Minecraft, because I've always enjoyed regular Minecraft, but there were things that I didn't like that you had to manually how do you say this? So like I had to manually gather wood. I had to manually gather stone. I had to manually gather this and that. And a lot of the mods that I play afford automation to the player. So I can just set up a farm and just be like, okay, this is going to infinitely produce me wood while I'm doing other things. And I can just offload all these chores that I had in vanilla Minecraft and get down to like the good stuff, the building and the adventuring.
Right. Some people enjoyed the process of the planting and then chopping down the trees and watching the little saplings fall from the tree, whatever. But after you've been doing that for 10 years, Peter, you want it done, please.
I don't want to do it anymore. I want it done for me. So like, thank God for like things like Mechanism and Create that have like components that you can use to build automatic tree farms. So like, if I want to build a building that requires 10,000 logs, I can just have 10,000 logs generate for me passively.
While you go look for your iron.
While I go do other things like adventure and build and work on like technical automation and magic.
Building is the big thing because that's something we've put off. I mean, I really like the interior of your house, but it's literally just built into the side of a wall, and then everything just spread all over the yard. And it took until today for me to build like a little area out there, like a patio for our stuff to sit on, instead of just crafting in the dirt, which is nothing wrong with that. But I mean, we're not cave people. We have technology.
We have a nuclear reactor, but we're crafting in the dirt.
Right, our nuclear reactor is sitting on top of our house, which is covered in dirt.
So that's something we have to get on. Is we gotta start building actual buildings and like an actual base, because my little starter home is getting a little full. But that's the beautiful thing about modded Minecraft, is it affords you all these, like I was saying like 2 minutes ago, you can offload all these tasks that would take up most of your time, gathering the wood, gathering the stone. Oh, I need dirt, so I gotta go dirt. You can just set up a bunch of machines and it'll just make the stuff for you, and you can accumulate a crap ton of dirt. Because like, have you ever chopped down 10,000 logs?
Back in the day, because I used to my first big real house, like big project in Minecraft, was a tree house. So I constantly had to have wood, constantly, because if I wanted to do any sort of expansion, any sort of repair, anything, I would need wood. So I couldn't just chop the wood down in my house because I live here. So I would have to go into the forest and just cut it all down, because this is, I don't know, 8-9 years ago, where we didn't have all these updates in vanilla Minecraft where you can automate any of these processes. So yeah, I've had to just walk in through a forest and just click until
anyone
the forest is done.
Anyone who has chopped down 10,000 blocks will appreciate the botany pots that we have in modded Minecraft now, where you just put a piece of dirt, put a sapling, it auto generates wood, and then it'll just offload into the chest underneath it. I don't got to do anything else. It's a set it and forget it kind of thing.
You just have to worry about whenever you have too much wood.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well,
I mean, sometimes you want to make sure you're not upgrading stuff too fast, because if you have a stone generator that's generating 10,000 blocks an hour and you only have 150 blocks of storage, you're going to be out of storage by the end of the day, and it's going to be populated by nothing but stone instead of anything good. So,
mm-hmm.
you have to make sure you don't outpace yourself, which is great because a lot of the mods make sure they have like safety mechanisms, smart offs, or you can fully digitize your storage and have trillions of blocks of storage.
Mm-hmm. And like there used to be a thing in older modded Minecraft called the DSU, or the Deep Storage Unit, where you could have almost infinite amount of storage for one specific block. So if you were producing like oak logs, what I would do is I would have it offload into a DSU. So it's like I have 1,000,000 oak logs, and it just lives in this block. It just lives in the deep storage unit. Or like I was making 10 million stone. Well, it all lives in the deep storage unit for stone. And then I wouldn't mix that with my like regular inventory where I'd have like my 3 stacks of iron, because I only have 3 stacks of iron. It's not worth a DSU.
Right, yeah, you don't need that much. But when you have too much cobble that is taking up 9 chests, yeah, it might be a good idea to consider one of those.
Mm.
Or like, is it like crafting drawers or something like that? They're
There
basically just chests, but they're just in a filing cabinet.
Yes, there is drawers, and they're cute at the beginning, but I don't like them. I don't mess with them too much, because you gotta like manually go like, okay, well here's diamonds. I gotta put diamonds here. I gotta do. It's cumbersome. It's good for like the beginning when you're first starting off in your world, but after a while you ditch it very quickly.
Speaking of ditching it, I'm finally glad that we ditched manually sorting items.
Oh my god, I hated that.
We both have backpacks because of one of the mods, and the backpack essentially gives us 5 or 6 extra inventories worth of space. So, excuse me. If you fill up your inventory and you're like, oh, I need to go home. Wait, I don't want to yet. You can just open your backpack and empty your whole inventory into your backpack, and then you have a fresh, empty inventory, and you can just walk around looting more. And you can do this repeatedly. Problem is, once I had my backpack full and my inventory full, I couldn't pick up anything. My adventure had to stop, and I had to go home, which is great, because I had all this loot, no problem. Well, I go home, and then I have to figure out, okay, what am I going to sort first? Am I going to sort the plants? Am I going to go sort all this dirt? Am I going to go put this armor away? Okay, what about my gear? I need to put that over here so I don't accidentally lose it. No more. Now that we have a computer, I just walk up to the computer, turn it on, and I just throw up everything into the computer. And it'll sort it itself. And it doesn't have to sort it because it has a search function. So you can just query up anything that you have. And oh crap, I misplaced my infinite steak. Okay, let me just type in the word steak. Oh, okay, it was in the computer. I guess I sorted it in there on accident.
Yeah, no more the days where you had to go chest by chest and like quick eye everything, and like, nope, it's not there. Move on to the next chest. Oh no, next chest. That's gone. With the
amount of times you ask me, hey Ann, where is this? It's the top left chest, 1 down. Oh, bottom right chest. Oh, okay, it's the chest above the bed. Now, I'm glad I have the ability to just like flash remember everything, where everything is, but I'm so glad I don't have to anymore. I can go do fun things again.
Exactly, because that's
I want to make a supreme pickaxe. I've never seen a supreme pickaxe, and there's so many mods with cool stuff. I want to build some things, and automating our processes with all these mods that these creators have made to make years of gameplay turn into months of gameplay is really nice. And I cannot thank them enough for the quality of life features. There are so many things that when you got me back into Minecraft, specifically modded Minecraft, you're like, oh, you can do this. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? Waystones. Not waystones. The gravestones. So,
Yes.
as I mentioned at the beginning, whenever you die in Minecraft, you lose everything. All your stuff falls out of your body and it's in a pile on the ground. And if it falls in lava, it gets destroyed. Or if a creeper blows up, some of the stuff can get destroyed. It can be really heartbreaking because if you spent hours in the mine and you have all this good stuff and you finally found something that you've been looking for, and then you're just trying to get home, you die and lose it all. Well, we have a mod in this pack. I don't know exactly what it's called. It's like something compendium. But when you die, all of your stuff gets put into a RIP style like tombstone, and it gets placed on a custom block. You get teleported to wherever your spawn is, whether it's world spawn or your bed, wherever you slept, or wherever, you respawn there. And normally, you would have to walk back to this gravestone, and, you would be able to get your stuff out of the gravestone. But since we're playing on a server that also has commands, there's so much time saving. You can just, as soon as you die, you just type /back, and then you're just right back where your tombstone was, and you just unlock your tombstone, and boop, all your gear is there. No more will I ever have to worry about, oh no, I fell, like, we were in the nether, I fell in lava, and I thought,
I
oh, well,
remember
there's
that.
all my fucking stuff. I can't believe this fucking happened again. I cannot believe I'm experiencing this feeling. And then once I calmed down, I realized, okay, well, I can't die in this lava because I'm a ghost. And my stuff can't die because it's in a tombstone. So it's just a matter of time till I figure out how to find my tombstone and interact with it. And then boop, no stuff lost. I only lost a little bit of my time and patience and cool, and maybe a little bit of Peter's because I was like, please help me.
No, but the gravestone has been around for a while, and it's always been like this just exhale of joy. It has always been like this relief feeling because everybody who's played Minecraft for a long time is familiar with the 5 minutes timer of death, where you have 5 minutes to go get your stuff, otherwise it's going to despawn. So the gravestone puts it into like an inventory, so it's no longer like out in the world and despawnable, and it is locked to your personal character. Nobody
Yep, so
else
nobody
can
else can come
unlock
over
that
there and just
gravestone.
open your gravestone.
No, but that used to be a thing in the older versions, but now you have a key, and the key is linked to the specific tombstone. So without the key, you can't open the tombstone. So, just such a lifesaver with the back command, which a lot of servers don't have, but thankfully the one we are playing on does. /back, tombstone, unlock tombstone. I have all my stuff. I can go back to adventuring really quickly. It's not 20 minutes of backtracking.
Death isn't a penalty, and that's so nice because I don't want to say I paid my dues, but I've paid my dues. Okay, I've died enough in Minecraft and lost my entire inventory, and just be like, I'm done playing. I cannot play anymore today because I'm sad now.
I don't know how many times I've tried swimming in lava, and I feel you. I have paid my dues. I have swam in lava too many times, lost all my stuff, because for anyone who's unaware, like if you fall into lava, your stuff in vanilla Minecraft vomits out of your body, falls into the lava, burns up, everything's gone. You're done.
It's irretrievable.
Lava,
It's impossible to get it back.
lava was the great equalizer for a long time. It didn't matter who fell into lava. It didn't matter how skilled you were. It didn't matter how good you were at PvP. Didn't matter how good of a builder you were. Your stuff is gone if you fall into lava. And that was scary. That was especially going to the nether where the bottom levels are mostly lava. You fall
Nothing
off
but
a
lava
cliff.
lakes.
You fall off a cliff and you're done. Your stuff is gone. You're done. You just your diamond gear, your diamond tools, whatever loot you were carrying, whatever food you had, it's all dead. It's done. And that was a great motivation killer for a long time, but that's not a thing anymore in modern Minecraft. Modded Minecraft has fixed the ailment of death. And I love it. I just fucking love it.
Yeah, you don't need like immortality mode. You can just, as long as you're patient and determined, you can just, at least in our server that we're playing on, you can just /back, open your tombstone, and keep fighting because you spawn at full health, and what's cool about being a ghost is you get like super enhanced night vision. You get like ectovision, and even if you're in a pitch black dark cave, when as soon as you respawn, you still keep that vision. Everything is bright lit up. You have a couple seconds of that vision to see and plan something out. When I was playing earlier, I was looking for some prosperity ore to upgrade some of our tools, and suddenly I come across 4 necromancers, and I have no clue why there's 4 together because I only ever seen like maybe 1 or 2, and then I've maybe 2, but no, there's 4 of them, and I was like, no, those can't. Those just have to be like fancy zombies. Nope. And then they all started raising zombies from the ground, and suddenly there's what went from 4 enemies. There's like 20 guys down here, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I guess I'm just gonna have to use my jetpack and fly over these enemies and try to hit the necromancers in the head with my swords while I'm being sniped by these skeletons. I think I died like 10 or 15 times. I died so many times in this fight. This guy in chat popped up, do you need help killing that necromancer? And I was like, I waited till after the fight. I finally cleared it out. I killed all of them. I killed all the skeletons. I said, LOL, thank you very much. It was actually 4 of them. And he just said, geez, are you sure you don't need help? And I said, they're gone now. But if I didn't have the /back command, I would have lost my stuff because not only was I 10 minutes from the house, even with a jetpack, I would have had to fight an entire army to get my stuff back without my stuff.
Like, it was a challenge enough with your stuff. Imagine doing it without your stuff.
Yeah, so I can just constantly have these fun moments because I don't have to worry about all the tedium, all the ball busting that regular vanilla Minecraft has.
Yes.
I still lose XP. Sure. I mean, that's a punishment. If I keep dying, then I can't get XP. And XP is used for still enchantments and upgrading magic. And if I want to repair my pickaxe, apparently I need XP for it. So it's important to still not die. Like, death is still a sort of gate unless you can go to the XP farmer and just sit there for a while, which our server does have.
Thank you, Lily.
Yeah, thank you, Lily. Dying is still a slight issue if you want to have XP. So, that's something to take into mind.
Death is still a problem, but it is not the morale destroying penalty that it used to be. And I just want to touch on like the fact that some guy was like saw you dying and offered to help. Like, I just want to touch on the fact that like Minecraft community, especially modded Minecraft, because like there's always those mega servers like Hypixel and whatnot, and you just get like 12-year-olds and hyper competitive people, and that's the normal gamer culture that you'll run into on those servers. But like with our little tight-knit community of like modded Minecrafters, like people are willing to help you, and people are like, hey, like I see you're having some trouble. Like that's the kind of stuff I like. That's the kind of stuff I go and play video games for, is to like find a community of like-minded people to do cool stuff with. And I find that 9 out of 10 times on Minecraft modded servers. Have I ever told you the story of the Muscasalties?
No, I would love to hear it.
Oh my god. So way back when, I think like 6 years ago, I was playing on a modded Minecraft server on like 1.6 or 1.7 Minecraft, so like way old. And some guy was being a jerk in chat. And so like a bunch of people, we just decided to gang up on him and just like bully him off the server because we didn't like his kind of attitude. We didn't like the way he was treating people. So we bullied him off the server, and we just kept trapping him in like claims and obsidian pillars, and like we just kept bullying
griefing the hell out of him.
Yeah, we just griefing the hell out of him. And like some may say like we were the antagonists in that, but he was a jerk. And I remember the last thing he called us was, you guys are all a bunch of Muscasalties. And so all of us, it was like 9 of us that banded together to get rid of this guy, formed a Discord server called the Muscasalties, and we just all ended up playing Minecraft together for years.
Wow. All because this guy threw out a word that means nothing because he didn't know what to call you?
Because he was trying to say musketeers, but I guess he didn't know how to spell it.
Or he was just
So
trying to be edgy. You're musketeers and you're salty, so you're muskasalters.
right, we just took it, and that was the name of our Discord server, the Muskasalties. And like we just got together and we just built builds together, and we used to play like on different servers together, and we built a spawn for a server at one point together. And it was this really great community of people that I ran into that I'm still kind of like loosely friends with today. We all got really busy with our lives, so we don't communicate as much as we used to. But like that's the kind of stuff that I found on like, and like, in a game where you can do anything, you can have friendship. I can't say that I've found the same kind of kinship in like Call of Duty or Halo. Not that I haven't found like some sort of kinship or like friendship amongst players, but like that only lasted for like the 10-minute match.
Yeah, not like this whole like sense of, so we're gonna conquer this world together, right?
We ran that server. That was our server. We had a pocket moderator that would let us do whatever because we were all in good standing with her. And I remember Dub. Dub was the best. She was the best moderator I've ever run into. And just we ran that server. People like that was our server. When we stopped playing, the server died.
I can relate to that. Yeah, that's well, not necessarily that I caused the server to die, but it did die after I left.
Mm-hmm. Well, because it was like 9 of us that were playing, and once all 9 of us were like, "Yeah, we're done with this. We're gonna go live our lives." There was no one else to really keep the server together. There was no sense of community anymore in the server, so it just fell apart.
Well, yeah, in a server that typically has like 30 to 40 people, if 9 of them leaves, that's a quarter. This is bye.
And it wasn't a super active server, so we maybe had like 20 people on at one time.
Yeah, so that's a majority just gone. It's
So
just
that's
like, oh,
almost half. There's almost half the people that are normally on just left. And these are the most vocal people. They're the most helpful people. They're the ones that kept the community together. They're just gone. So the server fell apart. And I feel bad because that was a really cool server. And we went back years later and it just wasn't the same.
talking about the mods and some of the people that make them, I think it's really cool that some of these mods have instruction manuals built into them because obviously, some of these are way more complicated than vanilla Minecraft. I mean, vanilla obviously has its caveats. It has its things that make it a little tricky to understand, and it's got techniques that are a little advanced if you think about it, like making a water vader so you can quickly get up and down inside of your like multi-level house. You know that you if you place this block and this block, it makes water move up and down. You can think about those advanced things, and you can learn those on YouTube or just by experimenting. But I think it's really good that the really advanced mods have their own in-game sort of codex, so you can look at, okay, what does this electro hopper do? Oh, okay, it makes anything inside of this chest get electricity. Really interesting. So it's good because you can either experiment or you can decide to learn it and read it. And even more so, there's Wikipedias for these mods. Some of these mod authors aren't necessarily English isn't their first language, so they're not necessarily great at writing their notes for their own mods. But then the community comes in, it's like, oh, okay, we got it. This mod does this, and you can use this. This is the stats for this item. If you plug in this with this, this is how that works. Oh, it's compatible with these mods, and the community will fill it in. And that's kind of a big focus that we've obviously been talking about, is the community is really what runs modded Minecraft, because you need the authors, period, to make the mods. And then if you want to play with people, you need somebody to put all the mods together and then somebody to host it. And then you have just this huge group of people constantly just putting out new things and trying to top what they did last year.
Or top each other. Because
Exactly.
there are competing mods that will do the same thing. Like I remember back in the day it was Buildcraft, and then Buildcraft led to Mine Factory, and Mine Factory led to Thermal Engineering, and then now we have Mechanism. So like people are constantly trying to outdo each other, and this is how a lot of game devs get their start, is making Minecraft mods. And that's an insult I've heard from people when I was trying to design a game with my friend. It's my brother. I think it was, I forget who it was, but they were like, "Oh yeah, you're making your Minecraft mod," and I'm like, "It's not a Minecraft mod; it's an actual game." But but that just shows the kind of cult. Like, fuck the fact that I was insulted. I just want to point out that this is where it's so well known that like game developers come from Minecraft mods and small projects like that. That it's almost like a derogatory term. It's so common.
And even if they don't get into full-on game development, sometimes they go from this to developing mods for bigger games or games that are a lot more complicated. Some people like go from Minecraft to making Skyrim mods, and then they'll try to port things that they made in that into Skyrim, like inventory managing. And that's how you get all these people, like you said, competing or competing against other mod authors, not necessarily to be like, oh, you suck and I'm better than you, but they go and they play the game and they're like, okay, so if only this could happen, if only I could plug in this machine to that using this other thing, what if I could do it wirelessly? That'd be really cool. Well, I'm pretty savvy. I've made a mod before. Why not see if I can take this mod's idea and flip it and make all of the wiring in this mod wireless. And then they make their own version of that mod, and suddenly everybody's like, why would I ever use the fucking wired version of this mod? And then that guy, the guy who made the wired version, has the actual technical know-how, and he feels like he's being shafted, so he makes his mod even better. He removes the wires, he upgrades a bunch of features, he makes like a cell phone that you can access your storage on the go. They just start getting crazier and crazier because it's not necessarily a demand, but the game has been out for so long, they have to keep advancing, otherwise it's going to be the same game that you've been playing since 2011. And no offense to Skyrim, but I don't want to play Skyrim anymore.
No, I love Skyrim. I've beaten it 4 times, but I don't play Skyrim anymore because I've played the heck out of Skyrim. And that's the kind of thing. I don't think there's any animosity in the competition that people have for like making these mods. I don't hear like any drama about it. I just hear that like there's this new mod and it's like the spiritual successor to this mod, and it's all about love and appreciation for each other's work. And I think that's beautiful. The fact that like, oh, you had this mod from back in the day and it was really cool. I'm going to make a new mod that kind of builds off of that mod but makes it a little bit better. And everybody's just like, wow. It's not like, oh, fuck that guy who made the other mod. That guy sucks. It's like, no, now we have this new cool thing to play with.
An example is I used to play this mod pack. It was called Technic, and there was a
I remember Technic.
There was an item. It's like an item frame, which is a vanilla item, which is just like a picture frame, and you can go up and you can put an item in the picture frame, and it'll just show the item on the wall as like a piece of art, or you can use it to like label chests by putting those pictures on it, or whatever you want to do by putting an item in a frame. There was this mod that had hologram picture frames, so you could put like a little projector on the wall, and then whenever you walked up to it, it would like project the hologram version of it. And for whatever reason, the mod was discontinued. The mod stopped because the guy either stopped playing Minecraft, he I don't know, died, or or the Minecraft updated and it broke his mod, and he's like, nah, I don't feel like fixing it. And there's a varied reasons of why a mod can get like left behind or dead, and then this is an example of, like you said, no animosity. Somebody can look at that mod and be like, man, I remember that mod. I wish it still worked. And then they take that mod and essentially remake it. They're not stealing that guy's mod. That mod has been dead. It's kind of defunct, Their spiritual successor is a perfect word you used for it. They are reinventing it to put it to the same audience that previously enjoyed it in new and improved ways. And I don't know whether that item frame ever did get updated, but that is something that would have been a perfect inspiration for somebody to be like, oh, I'm gonna make a mod, and it's that picture frame mod because that was cool.
Like, there's been a ton of mods like that. Like, the Gravestone mod has been retouched several times. There was another mod I was reading on that just like came back recently. Like, it was defunct since like version 1.7, and it just came back in this new mod pack. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And that's just, I'm getting so caught up in like this because I love this topic. I love Minecraft, but
you don't quit Minecraft. You just take a break, You just take a break here, break there, and then you realize, oh, I never uninstalled Minecraft because it's 100 megabytes.
Yeah, it's not even an issue. Like, no one has filled up their drive on their computer and thought like, oh, I'll just delete Minecraft. That's going to free up a bunch of space.
Yeah, no, it's so tiny. I did delete the mod launcher and the programs to launch Minecraft. But whenever you got me back into Minecraft to play all the mods 9, all I had to do was reinstall CurseForge, which we'll explain in just a second here. All I had to do is reinstall CurseForge, type in the name of the mod, download it, and then okay, Minecraft's already on my computer. I still have my account. All I had to do was sign in. It was pretty painless. It took maybe 15 minutes from deciding I want to play this, where it could be set up. And that is way better than I can say for almost any other game. Like, if you and I wanted to start a new game right now, we would have to go find whatever game launcher it's on. Then, if we don't have an account, sign up for one, link a credit card, download and install the game, which all games now are like 10, 20, 100 gigabytes, because nobody wants to compress a goddamn thing. But Minecraft is run on Java, and everything is basically just ones and zeros, just computing, and everything is just so simple textures, unless you decide to change your texture packs, which you totally can. But everything is such a simple texture, and the way it computes, only things that you're looking at render. So things like, even though it's behind you, it's still physically there. It doesn't render unless you turn around and look at it. And that's what makes Minecraft run on even the worst of computers. And granted, Minecraft doesn't always run the easiest, even on garbage computers. But I guarantee if you have a computer from the last 15 years, you can play Minecraft.
Oh, yeah. And I want to go back to something you had said about like how easy it was to install the mods. That was not the case for a long time. I remember there was a bunch of different mod launchers competing with each other, and only certain mods were on certain launchers. So if I wanted to play Feed the Beast mod, I had to get the Feed the Beast launcher. But if I wanted to play a Technic mod, I had to get Technic launcher.
Yeah, it's a Technic launcher. Yep.
And some servers had their own launchers. Like, I remember the Mine Your Mind server that I played on, where the Muscasalties, it had its own launcher, which came with a variation of the mod pack that added certain like tiny things. Ooh, excuse me. But it used to be so painful to like do a mod.
I remember, and sometimes mods didn't even have a manager that could really manage it. So you had to go find your Minecraft folder, which isn't stored in like program files. It's like in your bin asset folders. It's like hidden in your directories because it's all run on code. It's like stored in a weird place on your computer. I'm sure you could move it just by changing the install location, but by default, Minecraft is installed in like your roaming folder.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And you had to go
And
search in
wait,
there, and then you had to move your mods manually. You had to make sure you put it in the right folder. You had to make sure whenever it asked you, hey, do you want to replace these files? You had to say, yes, yes, no, do not replace this file, because if you replace that file, everything breaks, because that's like
mm,
my mod list file. So you just had to constantly like
there was
break
some
your own
technical know-how
folders.
that you needed to have to play Minecraft modded back in the day, and that has been eliminated. I remember way back when that was the case before Minecraft launchers that had mod packs. You had to make your own mod packs in Forge, and Forge was this like mod. Excuse me, was this program that you would compile mods together in different mod files and make your own mod pack, and this was boom, this is what I want to play. And that was really cool because you could like mold your Minecraft mod pack however you wanted. Like maybe all the mods nines has like a mod you don't like or a mod you do like is not there. Like you just kind of gotta suck it. Like it's too bad. Like you'd have to edit that. You know, there was a sort of modularity with old modded Minecraft. The problem is if you wanted to play with somebody else, they had to go and do what you just did on their
Exactly the
computer.
same.
And
If
it was
they missed one mod, if they misplaced one mod in the load order, if they had anything in the wrong spot, you wouldn't even be able to connect to the other player. It was like you're playing a completely different game because you don't have the same mods.
because
And
you are playing
if
a different game.
exactly. And sometimes, even if you did, you get in there, and then it would be for whatever reason, oh, hey, I can't see that glass. I know it's supposed to be stained glass, but it's all just black rock for me. It's clearly this texture is broken for me. Something has been fucked up in this install list. I don't know whether it's me. I don't know whether it was your instructions. I don't know whether it's my computer. Who
It's
knows?
very hard to replicate like what you had done to make your personal Minecraft mod pack to another person. Because I'm not gonna lie, like I have taken classes in in network systems administration, things like that. I know how to write documentation for a program. Not everybody does. So if Annie went and like made like, and I'm not throwing shade on Annie, I love Annie to death, but like let's say Annie made a Minecraft mod pack and she tried to explain to me how to do it, she'd have a tough time explaining it to me, and we would not be able to play together. And that was the beauty of Minecraft mod launchers, is people would make a mod, and you could all download the mod. It would just be an easy click, and now you can all play together on whatever server, on a public server, on a private server, what have you. And something that I want to get to is it was way easier to talk your friends into playing Minecraft modded with you when it was easier to install the mods.
I just invited somebody to play with us tonight, and him and I were gonna play like a fighting game, and instead I was like, I don't know, have you ever played Minecraft? And he's like, I don't know, it seems like it'd be fun. I was like, I mean, do you still have Game Pass? He says, yeah. I was like, okay, do you want to play Minecraft? It's included. He's like, okay. I was like, do you want to play modded Minecraft? He's like, I don't know how to do that. I was like, it's like 6 steps. If you're willing to do it, I can literally walk you through it in text. You don't even have to get into a voice call with me until you're ready. You can just follow these 6 steps, and Minecraft will be ready in like 10 minutes.
And that's the beauty of like modded Minecraft is become more streamlined and more streamlined. Like I don't need to have 5 different launchers anymore. CurseForge has every single mod pack. If it's not
So what is
there,
CurseForge?
it's not important
It's
enough.
the new mod manager. It's like the top of the line. It's like the flagship one.
What, CurseForge? Yeah.
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 So if you want to download and you want to manage your mods, you should probably go get CurseForge. You can download it through a program called Overwolf, or if you don't want to use Overwolf for its other functions, you can just download it standalone version, and then you can just download it the CurseForge.exe, and you just have a mod manager right there. And it's super easy, very intuitive. The UI for the CurseForge is really easy to understand. It's got big icons that are clearly labeled, and it's really easy to search in the mod manager for mods. You could go to All the Mods 9's Twitter and you could find their download through there, or you could go to Google and you could search it up and you could find somebody that has it on a website, or you could go to the CurseForge website. But what's so good about this mod launcher is it's got its own library built into the launcher. So you can just type in All the Mods 9 and just click boop, install. It was as easy as typing it in and clicking install. And then I already have a mod pack coming in, hot and ready to go. That would have taken all day. Even like 5 or 6 years ago, that would have taken all day to do.
Yeah, it would have been ridiculous. It would have been time consuming, and the sale pitch you would have to give to your friends to play with you would have been ridiculous. No one would have wanted to play with you, and that's like, again, what I look for community in games. Like, I want to get my friends to play the same game as me. I end up having a lot of time setting up sales pitches to get people to play with me, and back in the day, modded Minecraft, it was so hard to get people to play with you and to stay playing with you. It's just ridiculous. And things have gotten so much better nowadays. Like,
especially with Discord.
Because like every mod pack now has a Discord and every server has a Discord. So like the other day, we had an issue where I got on the server and Annie couldn't get on. And we were like,
I couldn't figure out why. I kept clicking refresh in the server list, and it wouldn't even ping the server. It, like, the instant I clicked refresh, it would tell me can't connect. It's like the server didn't even exist. So Peter was able to connect. He's literally walking around in game, crafting away, and I'm just like, Peter, I can't play. I've restarted my computer. I've restarted the launcher. I've restarted my router. I've restarted literally everything I could possibly do on my end.
Like,
I can't
everything I can do client side.
So I just as like a whimper, I'm just like, Peter, could you just like message somebody in the game and just like ask what's going on? And he's like, better yet, I'll just jump in the Discord. And you just jump in the Discord, and there's already a couple people in there. Moments after the server comes back online, hey, I can't get in here. Hey, there's an issue here. And as soon as that happens, because Discord is a very personable community, the admin for the server jumps on there.
Not the admin, the owner.
Not the admin? The owner, that's what I meant. The owner of the server. The actual owner of the server who set everything up, who has access to the server, who can like turn it off if he wanted to, jumps in the Discord and starts messaging back and forth to Peter.
With all of us that were having problems. It was mostly me because I was the most vocal and like talk like what agreeable one. Everybody else was just bitching. But I was like, hey, my friend can't get on. I don't know what's going on. Like, what can we do? And he was like, oh, try pinging the server. See what it gives you. And I was like, okay, my friend pinged the server. Here's the screenshot of what the results came up when she did that. And he was like, cool, okay, nice. And then he fixed it. And it was
back up within like 5 minutes of that troubleshooting.
This was 3 a.m.
Yeah.
I was having
I don't know what time it was for the server owner, but for us, it was 3 a.m.
And it was like, when am I gonna like play Call of Duty and the Call of Duty servers go down? When is Warzone gonna go down? I can talk to the owner of the server and be like, hey, my friend can't get on. And he's nice enough to like talk me through and we troubleshoot it together. That would never happen in a AAA game.
No, you have to wait till business hours and go through their call tree to find a person that you can really hear because their mic quality is so terrible.
Call of Duty Activision. We're not here right now. Please leave a message after the it's just.
But that's what's great about the tight-knit community. It's what makes the modded Minecraft. It's the blood of it. If it wasn't for the Discord, which I did join because as soon as the server went down earlier, I was like, I don't know why the server's down. I could sit around and wait, but I want to play Minecraft. So I just closed out and went to the homepage, or the title screen as it's called in games. I went to the title screen and I just clicked the Discord button right there on the title screen. I just clicked it, and then it opens Discord on my other screen. It says, hey, do you want to join this server? I said, yep. And then I just checked the server status, and it says, oh, we're just restarting the server because there was a huge lag spike coming from this, and there's like a detailed information of what happened because they care, and communication is what keeps people involved and feeling like they're important.
It's definitely the modularization of like, because it's not the whole Minecraft community we're talking to. It is a community of modders, and inside it's a community that plays this mod pack, and it's inside that community, it's a community that plays on this server. So like just the like privatization or like the tightening of like the servers into these small little tribes makes the game, it makes people more personable, it makes people more approachable, it makes it, you're just not a number in this vast server that nobody cares about. Like you can become like a well-known person on a Minecraft server and people will respect you, the mods will respect you, and like I have been that person where I was a respected person on a server, and when I said something it was almost law. Like people revered what I had to say, not to toot my own horn, like that's not what I'm doing, but like I would say something and the server mod would be like, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if Peter's having a problem, then yeah, he's usually pretty trustworthy.
And that's a really good example of how the community works. If you're active and you talk and you're friendly and you're helpful, it's just like if you lived in like a really small town. If you just sit in your house and you never talk to anybody or whatever, you're gonna think your town is not that great or whatever. It's gonna be whatever. It's gonna be, I live here and this is cool, I guess. But if you walk out and you walk down the street and you're like, oh hey Miss Tyler, good to see you. How's the kids? And then you see Mark down the street over there walking his dog, and you ask him, how's the dog? What's going on? You create this repertoire. You make face with these people, and like we mentioned a couple of times, neither of us know who Lily is. Never met her, never probably will never speak to her in voice. But she's so active in the chat, and she's been from all the mods 8, like grandfathered in. As soon as she talks in chat, people recognize her name because she's been around for so long, and she's so helpful, and she builds all of these things for people to benefit off of, just because either that makes her happy or she's it doesn't matter what she's doing it for. She's doing it, and it's making the community a better place.
She's just a mom friend, and that's who she is, and that's the glory of Minecraft. Is you never sit around or the glory of modded Minecraft is you never sit around thinking like, oh, this guy's doing it for the money. No one is making money here except for the servers, and that's barely. This is all passion. This is all for the love of community and for the love of Minecraft. Like nobody's making money off of anything.
Any money is a donation. You don't have to, unless it's a really shitty server. You don't have to pay to get into it. It's free. It's free. You pay for Minecraft.
Because Minecraft updated their EULA years ago to like make it so like you couldn't have pay to win features on servers. There's no such thing. Like everything is a donation that only enhances your experience. It's not like I need to pay to get into the server. That's not a thing anymore.
No, it's illegal in the terms of service. You can do it illegally, and your server will get shut down if it gets reported, because Mojang and Microsoft does not put up with that crap.
No. Mojang and Microsoft, like I don't agree with everything Microsoft has done, but they are trying to make the Minecraft scene more welcoming and more inclusive to people. And that came with the controversial chat reporting feature that came out in recent Minecraft, where like, oh, I could report you directly to Microsoft if you're saying things like fuck or cunt or like you're being weird,
Yeah.
And a lot of people did not like that
or anything. Yeah, I can just report you
because like that went over the server's head and straight to Mojang, and that was not cool with a lot of people, because there was a lot of servers that were like mature servers that were like, yeah, you can curse or whatever. There's no kids allowed here. There's no kids playing on this server. So you can say fuck, I don't care. And then some guy would get into an argument with you in global chat and just be like, I'm going to report you to Mojang because they have a zero tolerance for cursing on Minecraft. And that goes over the server's head, and that reports you, and now you're banned from Minecraft. that was bullshit. But
Yeah.
you know, the execution was not good, but the implications or like the intent was, I want to make Minecraft more inclusive and more welcoming and a better, safer place for my players. And I like that. I appreciate that. Now, could we have done it a little bit better? Maybe just a little bit. Maybe we could have worked with local servers a little bit better. But you know, whatever. Like everything is clear in hindsight.
Absolutely.
So, just I love modded Minecraft. Like I guess that's my thing on this podcast is like whenever we're doing something I'm passionate about, I'm always like, I love it. I love it. I love it. Squirrel. But modded Minecraft has been something that I've come back to year after year, and I don't regret it. Like there are times where I get into a server that, you know, somebody's having a power trip or like whatever. Because again, no one gets paid. So like you'll have moderators that are just like 16-year-old kids because I don't have to pay you, so I don't have to vet you.
Right.
And they'll go on a power trip because I'm 16. I have power here. Like I had an issue on All the Mods 8 where this guy was like being really rude to me and like touching my stuff, and he didn't disclose to me he was a mod. So in my mind, like this guy came into my base and he's breaking my stuff, even though he shouldn't be able to break my stuff. I'm freaked out.
Yeah.
And he's got a different name in chat than with a name appearing over his head. So I don't even know he's talking to me. And then he starts getting belligerent with me because he's like, you're ignoring me. And, you know, I was just, this might have been my Karen moment, but I was just like, do you have an admin I can talk to? And he's like, well, you can talk to the admin of the server or another mod that could help you if you wanted to. And I was like, cool. And so I emailed the mod. I set up a ticket on the Discord server, and I was like, hey, you know, this mod's being very belligerent to me. He's being very rude. You know, he's getting really aggressive. I don't know. I have screenshots of like our text chat if you want that. And, you know, like I've had my bad experiences on Minecraft servers where like some guy's being a dick and, you know, but like the good thing about this situation was I was able to talk to the admin and be like, hey, this kid's being a dick. I don't really think this was okay. You know, I'm using your service. And, you know, if I'm using your service, I deserve a little bit more respect than what I'm getting. And the admin was like, yeah, I'll go talk to him right now. Like, because that's not cool what happened. And the guy was being a dick even in front of the admin. He was like, well, I thought you were being difficult. And I'm like, so you thought I was being difficult, so you got aggressive and belligerent? That's weird, especially since you're representing the server. That's a little weird in my mind.
Aren't you staff?
Yeah, right.
You should be above people being difficult.
Yeah, like he's going on a power trip, but he's also like, you know, it's hit or miss. You got to find the right community, but when you do, it's great and it's very cathartic and it's very nice. It's very nice to just like be able to build. Go ahead.
It's something you can easily spend tons of time on and something you want to spend time on. The other night we were playing together and you went to bed and I was like, just 5 more minutes. I got to sort some stuff back when I still had to sort my inventories. I was like, I still got to sort some stuff. So I sorted some stuff and then I found some more diamonds. So I was like, oh, I can make some more things. And I ended up playing for another 2 hours after the 5 minutes I thought I was going to spend after Peter got off, just because it's so much fun. And especially with the mod pack we're playing and the amount of mods that are in it, it's like ADHD landmines. I just see a thing that I haven't seen before and I'm suddenly like, whoa, I don't know what the Iron Spellbooks mod is. I just found a table that inscripts something. Well, I got to figure out what I inscript with this. It says spells. I already have a different spell book because Peter's decided to go like arcane knowledge over here while I'm sorting my inventory. He goes out into the little crafting pavilion I made and he places all these like pink and silver devices and I'm like, what's that? And he's like, you'll see. And I just hear all these music and all these chimes and twinkling and energy charging noises. And then he comes to me, he's like, hey, look at this, and throws me a set of wizard armor. And he's just like, you're a wizard now, Harry. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, oh yeah, and here's a spell book. And now here you can create your own spells. What? I can create my own fucking spells? Are you fucking kidding me? You know what? I'm gonna fully admit in general, I don't really like magic. In most games, it's kind of boring. It's kind of fireball, magic missile, whatever. Okay, I don't care. It's all fucking copy paste. But the fact that magic is in Minecraft is just kind of really got me excited, especially the fact that it's, if anyone's played Elder Scrolls Oblivion, they had a sort of system where you could kind of craft your own spells. For example, you could be like, ooh, I want it to do fire damage, and I want it to be a touch spell, and I want it to do explosive damage. So you combine all of those three things, and you create like a script logic for your spell. You have to touch an enemy, and if you touch an enemy, it sets them on fire, and if they die after being on fire, they explode. So you just kind of like make like fire bombs, creating your own spells. And in this mod that Peter decided to go into, now we have a spell book where you just open up a menu and you create, hey, how are you going to cast a spell? Are you going to cast it on yourself? Are you going to cast it as a projectile? Are you going to have it orbit around you? Are you going to have it so whenever you touch a block, that's when it casts it? And it's literally, you create your own freaking spells. And I instantly geeked out on it. I'm just like, I'm a wizard!
And the funny thing is that all came from a necessity of, we were trying to explore the caves around our house, and they were all flooded. So we needed a light source underwater. And I was like, oh yeah, this mod, it has an easy way to like make little lights. And they just spiraled out of control into now we're wizards.
Yeah, and it was just all for lights. I totally forgot why you got into it. Yeah, it's because I couldn't place torches underwater. And I'm like, oh, there's no glow sticks, and I want to use every glowstone we have. So you're like, I'll figure it out. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna go back mining, and an hour later, suddenly,
I'm knee deep in the arcane arts. Like, I've done it. Like, I'm high off of alchemy dust and shit. And that's
totally worth it, because the spell book is I think my most used tool. I mean, obviously my pickaxe, or my paxel, which is a pickaxe, an axe, and a shovel put together. Thank you, modders. And I just use my paxel, and then anytime I need anything done, I pull out the book. I can light up the area. I can light up myself. I can destroy blocks at a distance, so I don't have to climb up to it. I can shoot enemies because I don't want to have a bow. So, it's just so incredibly useful. The only thing I don't like is if you hold it in your offhand, because you can hold like two items in Minecraft. You can hold it in your right hand, which is your primary, and then you can hold certain items in your left hand to use them. Like, you can put your torch in your left hand, and then you could just left click or your right click, and you can place your torch while still having your sword or your pickaxe ready, which is great. So you can do that with the book, and you can still cast your spells. But when you're mining, we have a mod called Ultiminer, which is incredible. It's another quality of life feature. It essentially makes a grid. If you highlight a block, it will highlight 64 blocks that are touching that block of the same block. So example is, if you're looking at a wall of stone and there's some coal in the wall, you can just highlight it with Ultiminer and break one block of coal, and any other block of coal touching that will instantly break, and you'll just break the whole vein instantly. Okay, that's really amazing. Problem is, whenever you have the book in your left hand, Ultiminer doesn't work, and I don't know if they keybind conflict, but you can't use Ultiminer while the book's in the left hand. So constantly I'm juggling the book out of my left hand so I can still Ultimine. But that's just a tiny nitpick. That's what happens when you have 269 mods in a pack.
Exactly. And the Ultiminer is really good for trees too. Like, you cut down a whole tree just that way. And
oh yeah, you just look at the base of the tree and just go, blap, tree's gone.
Basically, that's what I've been doing. But that's the beauty of like modded Minecraft, is like, I have an issue and there's all these tools that I can use to circumnavigate this issue, or confront this issue, or just eradicate it. And you end up spiraling into like what else the mod offers, and then you become like a wizard high on alchemy dust.
And before you know it, we're gonna, I know, because we've been collecting it, there's a minigun. So not only can I be a wizard, I can be like, you know what? I'm out of mana. Minigun. Brrr. I don't,
There are also
I don't
drones.
know if I could have ever experienced something like that in just regular Minecraft. And it's not to dig on, which is a pun. It's not to dig on regular Minecraft, but eh, regular Minecraft's a great adventure game. It's so great, and problem is, it's so linear in its experience as wide as it is. Mods literally make anything possible. There was a mod that I remember from a hack I used to play where you had an item. It was just like a door. And what you could do is you could just, as long as the door could be placed, you could place the door on the floor and you just open the door, walk through the door, and you're just inside of like a pocket dimension. When you can place chests and you can build a house in it and you can do whatever you want inside of this little pocket dimension. And then you just have your own infinite storage or your own crafting station or anything you can imagine inside of this pocket dimension. And there's nothing like that in regular Minecraft. Come on.
Your regular Minecraft is great, but once you've played the heck out of it and once you've played it to death, like there's only one place to go, and it's modded Minecraft if you want to keep the magic going.
The endless ceiling of mods.
And just learning a mod is incredibly easy with the subculture on YouTube of people just like doing mod tutorials. Like if there's a mod I don't know how to do, I go to what is Mischief Mouse. Mischief Mouse is really good. Is a really good YouTube channel for people wanting to learn mods because that's all he does. He picks a mod and he talks about it for 40 minutes. He goes through the whole progression of the mod, every block, everything you can do. You get a masterclass on this mod. That's how I learned Mechanism, is watching Mischief Mouse's stuff. Welcome to the Mischief. Yeah, I was
wondering where all of your massive knowledge was coming from. I was like, have you really just like toyed around with this stuff so much? No, you've just been watching YouTube videos. That's good to know. I should have just asked, I guess, but
Yeah, like I've watched, like I do my research on mods. Like I've been doing it for years, and like a lot of mods are similar to other mods, so like there's stacking knowledge. But like a lot of what I know about modded Minecraft is just like I'll go on YouTube and I'll figure it out. And then
I will make sure to use that resource because I mentioned previously that there are sometimes books in game that tell you about the items that are in the mod. A great example is for the nuclear reactor. It's in the mod called Power. You can make a book that's like a sort of manual for the items in Power. Problem is, as I've also mentioned, some mod authors either aren't good at English or it's not their primary language and they don't really know it and it's translated. So sometimes it's kind of hard to understand exactly what the text is saying in these books, even if they exist. So now that I know I can just go on YouTube, I assume I could have just done that before, but I know for sure I could just go on YouTube and just be like, okay, tell me everything that's in this mod and tell me how it works.
I did that today while we were playing. I was trying to figure out that little computer because it was a combination of two different mods because I couldn't find the terminal in the one mod. So I was like, how did this one guy do it in this YouTube video? And I went and checked out his YouTube video and I saw what he did and I was like, oh, okay. And then from there, it's a little bit of like tinker knowledge or tinker experimentation where like you just got to throw shit together and see if it works. And then that's how you like super learn.
Yeah, that's true. The best way is trial by experimentation. Trial and error. You'll find something that works, and because Minecraft is, I mean, as expansive it is, it's a very binary game. Either it's 1 or it's a 0. So if you do something and it produces an effect, if you do that thing again, it'll produce the same effect as long as you have the same conditions. So there is no like RNG really. The only RNG in the entire game is where enemies spawn, how many they spawn, and what they drop whenever the enemies die. And everything
like world
else
generation, but that's about it.
Yeah, everything else is just the world being random itself. You don't have to go like farm for certain materials or whatever. Sure, you have to go kill some Enderman or get some rare things like that. But there isn't. It's not like a grindy game in that sense. If you want a material and you know where to get it, you can easily go acquire it by doing the method that is laid out for you.
100%. Minecraft is the only limitation is your motivation and your time. Like if you are willing to do it, you can do it in Minecraft. And with modded, the moon is the limit. You can go to Mars now.
I'm excited to try that. I really want to go there. I wonder how to get there legitimately. There's so many things that we haven't even we haven't touched at all. There's so many more things that we've barely touched that I am just like itching to get back into. There's just so many features. The fact that there's people living in different worlds than us in the same place that we're playing is so cool to me. I want to go to the Twilight Forest. I want to go to Mars. I want to see this guy who's living in orbit. I'm so excited to see these cool things because there's so much of it. And this is a new mod pack. All the mods 9 came out like a week ago. So
yeah,
like I said, it's being updated. It's still coming out. Mechanism still could be put in this mod pack. We don't know. It's just not. It's not in there right now. It's a still new mod pack.
Please,
I hope so. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Please, come on. Mechanism's super useful.
Well, the problem is that like the new mod pack is on 1.20. A lot of mods were working on 1.17, so they have to retouch their mod code to work with the new version of Minecraft. So people are still catching up to all the mods 9.
How old is 1.20?
1.20 month?
Minecraft. Sorry. How old is
month? It's a month, maybe 2.
Month. Gotcha. Yeah. So all this stuff is still pretty new. People are still rushing to scramble to update their stuff to the newest versions. Did they skip 18 and 19?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. You just said 17 and then to 20. So I just want.
There are weird like intervals where people made Minecraft mods. I remember it was 1.6, 1.7.
1.6. Yeah, 1.6 is a huge one. I think it was just a really stable version.
That's probably what it is. And then it was 1.12. And then it was 1.16. And then I think it was 18. And now it's 20. And then
so it's like Windows releases. Every other one is the good one.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, and there are some mods that are like, oh, I work on 1.19. And that's cool. Not all of them. Like, those were the major ones. That's where most mods were built on. At least in my experience. Maybe I'm crazy and there was mods for every version, but...
What seems to get updated really quickly is texture packs and shader packs, which is something we've only mentioned like once or twice in this episode, which is a whole nother form of mods. So you have the mods that edit, add, remove, change content in the game. They add new swords, new locations, blah, 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 all the stuff we've been talking about. Then there's the stuff that make things look different. You have the shader packs, which add lighting effects and different things to make the game more realistic looking. For example,
more aesthetically pleasing for sure.
For example, reflections on water, so it reflects light. Sunlight emits like God beams. There's fog in the air to catch light. There's refraction of light. It's all this like realistic lighting effects, and even if you don't change how any of the blocks look using a texture pack, a shader pack can, in my opinion, drastically improve your experience because the game is just so pretty as a game. Because Minecraft it's just abstract. You see like a giant mountain that's curved really over like a moon, and you're like, was that a generation on purpose, or is whenever the world was generated, is that like a weird error that happened and a line of code made it kept curling and it curled like Jack Skellington's mountain? And you can see these weird things in the world that just are totally unexplainable, and it's all beautiful just the way it is, but adding lighting and reflection and extra sounds can just really improve your immersion and make you want to look at a standard dirt block. And then the other one is the texture packs, which is where you can change what blocks look like. A perfect example that if you've ever looked into modded Minecraft, you may have seen is the photorealism PNB mod pack, where it makes like everything in Minecraft look like it's like a photo. So somebody went outside with a 4K camera and took a picture of grass out in their yard, and then they uploaded that to the texture of grass in the game. And now everything looks like that. Or you can make it so every block looks like it's made out of metal. Or you can change how any block in the game looks with these texture packs. Or resource packs, as they're more called in actual like modded community. Combining these. Go ahead, Peter. Sorry.
No, you're good. One of the bigger resource packs was the one that for Iron and Coal, which was a Pixelmon server, where you could make the textures of blocks look like Pokemon blocks and like the Pokemon aesthetic. And that was a really big one that got included with a lot of Pixelmon shipments.
That's really cool. I didn't even know that. There's so many mods that, you could go in and just scroll down a list and just see things that you've never even thought of.
There was a whole server that I played on once that was based on Avatar: The Last Airbender. It wasn't even a mod. It was like just codes and command blocks. And you could be like a different bender from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like I remember I was a firebender and I had all these like little firebender moves and like these little firebender combo buttons. And it was so cool. Freaking cool.
The like we said, the limits to modded Minecraft are just your determination and your time. If you are playing by yourself, you can kind of add as many mods as you want to your own thing. You don't have to abide by any server rules, or you don't have to compile a list strictly so you have access to it. If you wanted to, you could play single player and just create the most crazy, wacky mod list that's ever existed because of how good these new programs are. You can compile your own thing and then use CurseForge to load it on its own separate instance that doesn't mess with any of your other mod packs, because CurseForge launches a separate version of the Minecraft launcher for each mod pack you have in there, with its own settings, its own options, everything like that. So it's like a fresh install of Minecraft every time on each of these mods, because this mod manager makes sure that you can always, if you wanted to, go back and instantly play vanilla Minecraft.
It's amazing. And I love it. It's just, it's one of those things where like you look back and see how far you've come. And I think that I feel that with many levels of modded Minecraft. Like I came from a time where installing a mod was impossible for me, and then now it's so easy and streamlined. It's see how far we've come in terms of like the builds that I've built in Minecraft. I remember coming onto a lake once, and I was like, I'm gonna build a castle here, and I built a whole town with walls and a castle and like a blacksmith, and it's just wow, this used to be a lake.
Yeah, that's what I love, especially that we have a jetpack. You can just fly upwards and just hover up in the air and just look down at everything you've made and be like,
look how far we've come. Like there's a sort of like attachment that you feel towards Minecraft and like the systems behind it and the worlds that you build, and like there's a progression. And like I don't feel that with a lot of different games. Like when I play like I shit on Call of Duty all the time, but like it's Call of Duty. When I play Call of Duty, I don't look at my AK-47 that I unlocked at level 80 and think, wow, I was using a M1A4, whatever the fuck the first gun is called, the A4.
Right, M4. You don't care anymore. You're just like, whatever.
Like I have an AK now. I don't give a shit. Like there's no like
attachment or sense of a journey. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's great is, especially if you've been playing on a world for a long time and you're sending screenshots to your friends, and just talking, or you record clips or whatever, and then you come back like a year later and you've still been playing, and you're like, whoa, remember when remember when this still was over here? We had to take this whole building down and move it over there because the zombies kept spawning and you couldn't stop them. So we just moved this building over here. And you can see that in the clip that, it's so old. That's the old versions. And like you said, you just feel like we did that. Yeah. There's just an overwhelming feeling of accomplishment.
It's just crazy. Minecraft has no direction. It just sets you in a world and doesn't even tell you to go forth and conquer, but you end up doing that and making your own stories and your own adventures. And it's the kind of game that like friendships are forged in. And I remember, like, I was never included in these, but I had a bunch of friends that would play on Xbox, Minecraft on Xbox, and they would just have these crazy adventures together. And I remember the envy I felt because I wanted to go on adventures and I wanted the kind of like bond friendship and the inside jokes that they had. And like, that was Minecraft. They didn't have that in any game. They weren't doing that in GTA. They weren't doing that on anything else.
No,
Minecraft
there's not
brought
another
them
game
together.
that really there's not another like sandbox game, which is exactly the genre it's created and fleshed out, is the open world survival sandbox.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a playground for you and your friends to make adventures in good times.
Mm-hmm. And you can see that in like in MinecraftPlanet.com, where you can download worlds and you can download maps where people have built like organic stories and like have built like adventures, and for you to have just like scripted adventures. And I love Minecraft, man. Like I know it's kind of like seen as a little kid's game by a lot of people, but I love Minecraft.
Me too. It's so good, and it's a game that I constantly come back to, no matter how long I take a break from, because there'll be a new mod that comes out or a new update that adds like a new feature, a new biome will be invented, and I'll just come back and I'll be like, this world, why did I even leave? Oh yeah, because I don't want to spend my entire life in Minecraft, and I do like other games a lot. So sometimes I gotta play other games.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nothing personal. I just don't have unlimited time.
It's not that I hate Minecraft. It's that I love other things too.
Yeah, I can't give it all to Minecraft. I could, but I can't. Okay, I can't. Minecraft. I love you, but I can't. Okay.
I love you. You're my bread and butter. You're my bread and butter. You're my go-to. But like sometimes I want a little jam on my toast. It is what it is. And it's nothing personal. I'll come back to you when I'm feeling like a little savory kind of craving. But like sometimes I want some sweet. Sometimes I want some spicy. And sometimes you can offer that, but not always.
But right now though, I'm kind of feeling like I want that bread and butter. You want to go play some more Minecraft?
I actually really do.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Sorry again, we were late. We were both so busy playing Minecraft, we actually kind of forgot a little bit, how it is. You be gaming and nerding, so, whatever. Anyway, thank you for joining us, everyone. Thank you, Peter. We're going to go play Minecraft. And as always, I will see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.